In a world painted in 50 shades of beige, there was Joe. And Joe had a philosophy. Hope was the biggest scam ever sold. He'd see the commercials, splashed across every screen in his bleak little apartment. A family, impossibly perfect, bathing in the golden glow of a tiny bottle labeled Hope. Tea. Tagline, Hope, your daily dose of sunshine. Joe would just grin. A bitter, knowing twist of his lips. The world was hooked. At his soul-crushing office job, it was even worse. A symphony of quiet, contented sighs as his colleagues uncapped their morning hope. Glue, glue, glue. Suddenly, spreadsheets weren't just numbers. They were a vibrant tapestry of corporate synergy. Deadlines weren't threats. They were exciting challenges. Brenda, from accounting, who usually looked like she was one stapler mishap away from a complete breakdown, was now humming a jaunty tune, a blissful, vacant smile plastered on her face. Joe would just sip his black coffee, the only one in a sea of artificially sweetened optimism. He saw it for what it was, a crutch, a placebo, a neatly packaged lie, and he was getting tired of being the only one not buying it. So, Joe decided to do what any sane, cynical man would do. He decided to pull the curtain back on this whole charade. His target, Hope Incorporated, the masterminds behind the miracle cure for reality. One night, armed with a lock-picking kit he bought online and a healthy dose of misanthropy, he made his move. The Hope Inc. headquarters wasn't what he expected. From the outside, it was a sleek, glass and steel monument to corporate success. Inside, it was a fever dream. One hallway was a sterile white laboratory, buzzing with fluorescent lights and the hum of strange machinery. The next was a nightmarish carnival, complete with distorted calliope music echoing from unseen speakers and funhouse mirrors that warped his reflection into a grotesque parody. It was unsettling, bizarre, and confirmed every suspicion Joe had. This wasn't a company. It was a cult with a better marketing department. Deeper inside, he followed a faint, melodious sound. It was laughter. Genuine, unadulterated, joyful laughter. He peered through a one-way mirror and his jaw dropped. He found the source, the secret ingredient to the world's favorite mood. It was a facility, but not a grim one. It was absurdly cheerful. Think indoor sunshine, fields of real grass, and people. People who were just genuinely, effortlessly happy. One group was having a massive pillow fight, feathers flying everywhere. Another was finger painting masterpieces on a giant canvas. They were being milked, not literally, but emotionally. Complex machinery with gentle, humming extractors was carefully positioned near them, siphoning their joy, their laughter, their hope. It was distilled, bottled, and shipped out to the miserable masses. The tears of joy from these blissfully unaware people were the active ingredient in hope. The absurdity was so profound, Joe almost laughed himself. His snooping, however, didn't go unnoticed. A polished door slid open, and he was face to face with the ringmaster himself, the CEO of Hope Inc. He was exactly as charismatic as the commercials promised, with a smile that could sell ice to an Eskimo and eyes that twinkled with a sinister intelligence. "Lost, my friend?" the CEO asked, his voice smooth as silk. "Joe? Surprisingly calm? Just held up an empty bottle of hope. I just wanted to see where the magic happens," he said, dripping with sarcasm. The CEO's smile widened. "Ah, a fellow non-believer. How delightfully refreshing." He led Joe into a lavish office overlooking the entire bizarre operation. "You see, Joe," the CEO began, gesturing to the world below, "you think we're selling hope? Not. We're selling the illusion of hope. And do you know why?" Eliand, in his voice a conspiratorial whisper. "Because it's hilarious. The whole business model is a joke, an elaborate performance art piece to prove the sheer, mind-numbing absurdity of blind optimism. People will literally buy anything if you package it nicely enough. They don't want real happiness. It's too much work. They want a quick fix." He looked at Joe, a genuine spark of admiration in his eyes. "Your cynicism, your refusal to swallow the pill. It's magnificent. You get it. You've seen the punchline. Then came the offer. The one thing Joe never saw coming. We need people like you, Joe, the CEO said, placing a hand on his shoulder. People who understand the beautiful, tragic comedy of it all. I'm tired of being surrounded by these optimists. I want you to join us. Help us create even more ironic, more meaningless, more beautifully empty products for the masses to consume. He offered Joe a position. Not just a job, but a calling. A chance to be on the right side of the joke. And so, Joe, the man who believed hope was a scam, accepted. He had found his tribe. The final scene isn't Joe in his bleak apartment. It's Joe in a sharp, tailored suit, standing in a boardroom. He's pitching his first product. He holds up a blank cassette tape. Ladies and gentlemen, he announces to a room full of executives, I give you dreams. What's on it? Absolutely nothing. It's a blank slate for them to project their own pathetic, unrealized aspirations onto. The room erupts in applause. Joe found his true calling not in chasing hope, but in manufacturing despair, one beautifully empty product at a time. The ultimate cynic had become the ultimate salesman. Hey, if you enjoyed this little dose of reality, if you get the joke, then you know what to do. Be sure to hit that like button, share this with someone who needs a good laugh at the universe, and subscribe for more crushing truths. Thanks for watching.